Hey everybody, this is Rebecca with RebeccasRoadmap.com, and I'm going to set up my budget planner for 2020. Now, I've kind of gotten out of the budgeting habit, but I used to budget all the time. This is an old notebook from 2009, where you can see I have all of my expenses written down. I've got my beginning balance for the month for my checking account. I've got our income, I've got gas and food, and then the date that the bill's due and the amount, and then I would just highlight as I paid everything off, and there's several pages like that in here. But anyway, I ran across this the other day and I just thought I would share where I started my budgeting journey. I used that and just like a wall calendar for many years, and that worked just fine. But one of my goals for 2020 is to save 25% of our income, and that savings is really going to be money for projects and money to finish paying off all of our debt. When I say all of our debt, I mean like all of it. We'll just have like our utilities left, I think, and like health insurance or any kind of other insurance. Those will be our only bills. So my ultimate goal is to be able to pay our expenses with just one paycheck or one income. I'm not sure how that's going to work out quite yet, but that's my goal ultimately. My daughter's still in college, so we've got a little bit of extra expense that we will not have once she graduates and has her own job, and she can pay her own cell phone bill, her own health insurance, her own car insurance, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I was looking at budget planners on Amazon and I could not find anything that I liked. So of course I went to YouTube to see what people were using, and a lot of people were using the Erin Condren monthly deluxe planner, which is basically a monthly calendar and notes pages. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that, because that's kind of like what I was doing. I was just using a notebook and a calendar before, so this is not much different. It's just a lot prettier. Isn't it pretty? I really like it. Okay. And I will say, let me show you this before I go through the Erin Condren so you can look at that. This is a home and finance bill organizer that my mother got me. She had gotten my daughter one. I'm like, Mom, I want one of those. I think she got it at Dollar General. She told me the dollar store, but it looks like on the label that she got it at Dollar General. Now what this is simply an organizer. I guess you could just use this, but you can write your expenses down here, and the amount and the paid. What I really liked is you had each month you have a little pocket that you can keep up with your bills. So I want to track, I'll have a tracking page in my planner so that I know, this was the balance last month, here's the balance, so I can kind of keep track and see how my payoff is going. But I thought this was really cute. Mom said they had a couple, 2, 3 designs. But I wanted this to help me organize when bills come in. I have a place to put them, and when I sit down to do my budget, I know that everything is here. And I suppose I could just, write them in here too. I'll kind of see how I use it. I haven't started using it yet. But I thought that was a simple organizer. If you're just trying to get your bills organized and get yourself started with a budget, this might be something inexpensive that you could start with. Again, I think that was at Dollar General. Now, on to the Erin Condren planner. This is the colorful version of the monthly deluxe, and you've got just a place for notes here. You can use dry erase markers or like a Sharpie, and you can erase it with alcohol wipe if you would like to do that. You've got your name page, got your quote pages. I really like the way she does quotes, and I love her colors. You've got the year at a glance, 12 boxes that you can do whatever you want to with, a notes page at the beginning of each month. You can see that the color changes. A couple of dashboard pages. This is kind of like the Happy Planner type setup. Your monthly overview, and then notes pages. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one goes with the next month. And then that continues on through the whole year, and then in the back there's just notes pages. So I'm gonna, if you didn't notice, I have sticky notes throughout this. I'm gonna kind of walk through and tell you what I'm gonna do with this, and then I'm gonna stop the camera and actually go through and put my headers and stuff on the pages, because you don't need to see me putting washi down and writing labels on the beginning of the pages. At least I don't think you do. Anyway, I'm going to do that with the camera off, and then I'll come back and walk through the planner and show you how I have it set up. And then once I have my January information filled in, I will do another video and kind of show you how I'm using each of the sections. Don't have a purpose for this yet. Here I'm going to mark the kind of yearly one-time or quarterly expenses, so I can remember that I need to plan and budget for those. Like, I know in October my car registration will be due, and I have an estimate on what that will cost, so I'm going to mark that information on here. I think I'm going to use this area. I'm going to use each month, or a box for each month, and kind of note upcoming events that we are going to, that will cost money, I suppose. Like some birthdays and any trips we have planned, graduation, that sort of thing. On this page, I'm going to set up my sinking funds tracker for January. These are all the things that I'm kind of saving up for, future expenses, I guess you could call them. Not sure what I'm going to do with this page, and not quite sure what I'm going to do with this page, or at least all of it. I will put my monthly goals here, the things I want to accomplish financially, and I'm going to leave this section for notes. I think it's got birthdays on it, but I see no need for birthdays if I've got them listed in the other area. I don't know, I may end up putting birthdays here, or maybe events from that area, and noting them here. I have no idea what I'm going to use this section for. I think it'd be a good tracker of some sort, but I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. And here I'm going to try budgeting each paycheck. I currently just like go through and set all of my bills up and everything for the whole month at the beginning of the month, and then, you know, since I pay them online, just let all that clear through my checking account whenever they're due. But in doing that, then I kind of just spend whatever else other money is in my checking account, and instead of doing that, I want to actually take that money and put it towards some projects and paying off debt a little bit faster. I'm already paying extra on my debt. At my current payment rate, we'll have all of our debt paid off by June of 2022, I think it is. So is that like 18 months away? 20, is that right? I was thinking 18 months, so it'll be all of 2020, maybe it's June of 2021. Anyway, it's about 18 months away. And if I increase my debt payment, I think I can have everything paid off this year. Maybe I have one outstanding loan, but I'm going to try and get all of our property and cars paid off this year. We'll see how that goes. You never know when, you know, your fridge is going to go out or something. So we'll see. And then, like I said, I'm going to try budgeting each paycheck. So we get 4 paychecks during the month. I guess sometimes we get 5, but I kind of always roll that one over to the next month. And there's 4 pages, so I'm going to try and do a budget for each paycheck on these pages. And then this page will start over for sinking funds for February, so forth. And I'm going to try that. If that doesn't work, then I'll try something else. next month, or maybe I'll do it for a quarter and then try something different the next quarter. If I just want to go back to doing everything for the month, we'll see. Let's see, this is the notes section. Oh, I can say this is the upcoming year, 2021. I have no idea if I'm going to do anything with that or just use it for reference. Okay, this starts the notes section. I'm going to put my goals here, which I kind of have some notes here. 25% of my income and savings. I want to budget monthly. We're replacing the fence around our property, which is one of the expenses or projects going with the 25% savings there. Pay off our debt and work on the foundation of our new house. So I'm going to list my goals here. Jen Plans had a really cool inspiration page in her budget planner, and I really liked that, so I'm going to borrow that idea and probably do something here. I may do pictures. I don't know. I was kind of thinking of using it like maybe a vision board for the year. And then these were kind of start my trackers. I'm going to put my debt. It's not really a snowball or an avalanche, and if you don't know the difference between those two, just leave me a comment down below and I'll tell you. But I'm going to list my debt payment plan here, because I'm actually going to pay off our property first, because that's bugging me. And I ran the numbers, and I think it would cost us $40 more for to pay the property off first rather than paying the little bit smaller loans off first. So, or the higher interest rate first. Anyway, so I'm going to put my plan here. I'm going to start tracking each individual debt. So I've got one piece of property here, second piece of property here, my husband's truck, my daughter's car, and then one other loan that we have. Okay, and that's our debt. And then our sinking fund categories, I want to track some of them, not all of them. But home expenses, kind of see what it's costing us. Medical, dental, vision, which this will be very handy at the end of the year when you need to go back and do your income taxes and know how much your medical expenses were. Any car expenses, animal expenses. We have goats and dogs and cats, and I want to keep up with, you know, if our ag exemption is really benefiting us, and keep up with what the real cost of that is. Track water expenses. Our water bill seems to be going crazy, and I don't know why. I mean, sometimes it's like $50 and sometimes it's $100. So I don't know if we've got a leak, or they're not reading the meter, or not sure what's going on. I don't have anything for that page and that page, so I'm not sure. Yeah. Not sure if I just had an extra page there or left something. Let's see. Then I was going to start tracking my monthly expenses like by the day. And then I could categorize them so I know if I need to add a sinking fund category or adjust my budget. I just want to track my monthly expenses. You know what I think? I think actually what I had done is I skipped this page and then I left this for my January tracking of expenses. That's what I did. And then I'll use these two pages for February, so forth, so on. And I think that gets us through the notebook. And if that doesn't work, then I'll use these pages for something else. But this is my current plan. And then I'll have one extra page here. So I'll have two extra pages. I don't have anything planned for, unless I change my mind somewhere in there. And these are the stickers that came with the planner, and there's a pocket, and then there's another laminated dashboardy thing there. And I will say that this is just the plain planner. I did not add any extra paper in the back. So I think this will work, and I'm going to shut the camera off and make it pretty, and then I'll kind of go back and flip through and show you what that looks like. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, it's now the next day. This took a whole lot longer to set up than I thought it would. So I'm gonna show you what I used and the stickers I used, and show you what it looks like set up. I did gather my bills and put them in my little organizer here, and I made some notes of like, we pay Geico monthly, and it tells us what our bill is for like the next few months. So I went ahead and wrote that in, and I'm gathering my bills for the month there. The stickers I use, this is a sticker book I bought at Walmart recently, and it has, the reason I bought it is it has, where are they? I think it's got some cute stickers. I think this is like $7 or $8. It has these little dots that I used to kind of mark things, and I used some of these little flags and then some of these little kind of blurb stickers, which I'll show you those. Okay, and I have this old sticker book. I'm trying to use up some of my stuff and not buy new stuff, but this had some washi, what do you call those, little washi strips somewhere in here, like these little washi strips. Oh, I think there's one left. So I use these, and you can find that planner at that sticker book at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so that's what I used, along with my Sharpie pen, a ruler, whiteout because I messed up, and some, I'm missing one, there's one, and some highlighters. All right, so let me show you what I ended up doing. I'm not totally pleased with all of it. Again, this is a new system I'm setting up, and yeah, there were a few difficulties. So anyway, let me zoom in just a little bit. Okay, so this is my kind of yearly overview, and I went in and I've got just a couple of things marked, like my car registration. This is my husband's, this is in March, mine's in October, and I use those little stickers from Walmart because there's a white center, so I just wrote the date after I put them in there. So if you want to order some special transparent stickers, you might do something like that. And I've got some other things to add on here, but I don't have them down there yet. Again, I use those little dot stickers here to put the dates in. This is, I guess I didn't pull that sticker book. These are from one of the Happy Planner Memory Keeper sticker books that I had. So again, I'm trying to use all of my stuff. So I've got just trips and birthdays listed on here. And this starts January. These are going to be my sinking funds. I don't know why I put the date there. I didn't really need that. I just needed the category and my starting balance, what I added, what I subtracted, and my ending balance. Now, we have tried the cash envelopes, and that does not work with my husband because he doesn't, he likes to take money from this one, and then, I don't know, it doesn't work. So since he buys all of our animal feed, and he usually goes by Walmart to pick up our grocery order, those are two variable categories that he ends up in control of, and that doesn't work so well for us. So I saw in Gym Plans that she actually takes all of her sinking funds, which are a little bit different than variable funds that I was talking about. But normally I would have put these in cash envelopes. That's the point I was trying to make. And I guess I really could, but I'm going to try. I'm going to open, Capital One has a free online checking account that you can get. So I'm going to open a Capital One account and just put the money for these funds in that account every month, probably at the end of the month. The problem I'm having starting out, since I have no money in this account, my husband had surgery in early December, and then around the first of the year he hurt his back, so he's been to the doctor several times. So like, we've got medical sinking funds on here, but we've actually been paying that money out, and like property taxes are due this month, so we're actually paying since I don't have it saved, we're actually paying that whole amount out. So I will fund this at the end of the month as much as I can. So, but this is going to be the sinking funds. I'm going to take that off next month for February. And again, this is a memory keeper, Happy Planner memory keeper sticker. Okay. Oh, I didn't write anything here. I was so busy trying to get the rest of the pages set up that I didn't do this yet, but I did put a note sticker here from that Walmart sticker book, and I'll go through and fill that out. But I was more worried about taking care of my budgeting than kind of the little dashboard page. And I'm sorry, there's a shadow here, but it's like 5 o'clock, and I thought I just finished this, so I wanted to get this video finished so I could get it up tomorrow. At any rate, I went through, I'm going to try and budget each paycheck. I'm used to budgeting like for the whole month. Kinda. I'm usually just budgeting bills and not budgeting all this extra stuff. And you know, in the land of internet, you have all these extra charges too, like Kindle Unlimited, Amazon Prime, you know, the important things. So I went through, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paychecks this month, and I'll show you my monthly budget sheet, which there's only 4 in the month. So I kind of combined these last 2. And I kind of did it on a scratch piece of paper, so I kind of figure stuff out. But when I was going back and highlighting things, I was like, oh, well, wait a minute. I get paid here, but I have that amount on there. So some of it's, I'll fix it next month. And quite frankly, there's money in my checking account. I usually, you know, go in and pay my bills once a month. Normally, there's money sitting there, so I'm not worried about, oh, there's no money in that, you know. Yeah, there's no money here to pay that bill. So there is. I'm not going to stress over this. I'll fix it so it works a little bit better next time. But I highlighted the check, and then I highlighted what I'm paying with that check. So we've got green, we've got these blue things, we've got pink, and then we've got purple. And I'm so glad we're getting extra paycheck this month, because with this new budget thing, I'm going to need it. Okay, so this is, I'm working on, this would be week 1 in January. So I put my income, and I haven't even totaled that yet. But this is my paycheck, and my son gives us money for things that we pay for him, and my mother and father-in-law give us money for things that we pay for them. And then my fixed expenses, and actually I put my water bill in here, which is, I guess, more a variable expense because I don't really know always what it's going to be. But anyway, this is our cash spending, money that we take out for my husband, myself, and my daughter, our water bills, garbage, and then I've got Adobe Creative Cloud, Kindle Unlimited, and iTunes listed there. And then our variable expenses is our animal feed, gas, and groceries. And as you can see, we went over $198 here. And then like our water bill, we had a water leak, so our water bill was $40.72 more. So we're already starting out January kind of in a bad budget place. Yeah, but the reason I'm doing this budgeting is to get a hold of this spending. And I may in fact have to raise our grocery budget, but that's why I'm tracking things. And then we're gonna one of our savings projects is to replace the fencing around the perimeter of our property. We've got like 10 acres or so. So it's gonna be, you know, throughout the year we're gonna be buying fencing, and it's like, I don't know, $350 a roll or something. So anyway, I'm putting money towards that for this paycheck. And then I'll try and do paycheck 2. Hopefully that'll look a little bit nicer. I got to get in the groove and figure this out. And then I'll do paychecks 4 and 5 on this last sheet. And then this will start my February sinking funds that I'll hopefully do a little bit better. And I just wanted to note, since I got that extra paycheck in at the end of January, I also noted it here, that's that same paycheck, because these 2 things are going to come out of that paycheck. And I had a pay schedule for my husband and myself me through the end of the year, and my husband's a teacher, so his goes through like, I don't know, September or something. So I did go through and note all of our paydays, so I have those already set up throughout the year as much as I can. All right, let's get to the notes section. Okay, so I told you what all these things are going to be. I'm just going to go through and show you what these pages ended up looking like. These are stickers from that Walmart sticker book. They kind of match the Erin Condren, don't they? I wonder if that's a copyright issue. Oh, they don't have as many little things. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's only got 5. Anyway, but I thought that kind of was cute. So my goal is, main goal is to save 25% of my income, to budget monthly, to pay off our debt, to build our fence, and to work on building our foundation for our new house. And I thought this was a cute little piece of thing. It says make goals and keep them. And these stickers are from the Happy Planner stuff. Okay, I put these for my vision board. Haven't done anything with that yet. Debt payment plan. This is the order. These are the 5 things that I own. This is the order that I want to pay them off. I want to pay our property off first, and then my husband's truck, my daughter's car, and then I've got this other little stupid loan hanging out. And then for each of these loans, I did a loan sheet with the starting balance from our last statement, and then I'll put the date, the payment I'm paying, interest, and then ending balance. And I'll put like the minimum payment or any extra or what have you there. And I don't know, I may have to end up changing those up a little bit, but I basically did those for all of the loans that we've got. That's what those look like. This was just a piece of washi from that, whatever the sticker book is, Paychecks sticker book. And then one of the little blurb stickers from the Walmart sticker book. And then I want to track our home expenses, our medical expenses, and I've got some, nothing here, but I've got some medical expenses to put in here. Haven't done that yet. Our vehicle expenses, animal expenses, and our water. This is going to be actually consumption because our water bill has been weird, and it's like we'll get it. It's been really high, and so I want to actually track that. As my son's was like 3,000 gallons, and ours was like 19. Don't know what's going on with that. And then I want to start tracking our groceries, and I actually broke that up into 2 columns, at least for the next couple of months or so, kind of see what's going on with that. I added that. I didn't tell you about that. And then this is starting our checking account tracking, basically starting January 1st. I'm going to try and do this for the whole month, but this is like a week. So I'm actually going to, I thought I was going to need 2 pages, but I think I'm going to need 4 pages. So I'm not going to have enough notebook paper in this in this planner. I'll deal with that, I guess, in the middle of the year. But I'm going to just kind of go with it and see how it works out. But I showed you that I was going over budget for my groceries and my animal expenses, and that's these. The green's the groceries, so this was the first week. It was the first of the month until we got paid. I got paid on the 10th. So that's all the date, the name of whatever the transaction is, my category for it, if it's income or expense, and then ending balance. So I've got that tracked through what is in my checking account today. And just kind of keep an eye on these things, and keep an eye on what we're spending per week. And that is the end of this. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but we'll see. I guess next time I do need to buy the planner that's got the extra pages in it. But you live and you learn. So that's all I've got on setting up the planner. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below, as I know there's probably some things that I could do better with this. As always, I really appreciate you watching my video, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.